Because I didn't have one.
So you think
I suffered a lot.
So you think your calling is business or politics? Because clearly you seem to be, you were doing very well in business before you ventured into politics.
And made good money. Made good money. All right. I think what even took me to the law school was an accident I had at La Palm. You know, I was driving in my Mercedes, you know, on the La road, and a woman crossed me. And then while she was apologizing, two little kids in her car. One, I presume, was 8, the other 10. And while their mom was pleading, one said, hey, if you don't stop what you're doing. No, I was insisting that the woman should fix my car.
Okay.
It's a Mercedes, you know, a young man in my early 20s.
Because she caused the accident?
She crossed me. She did a U-turn, you know, from the...
Oh, she was driving?
Yeah, she was driving. Okay. When she was coming from the trade fair line, the Regimanual, that U-turn that used to be there. And then one of the girls said, our uncle is a lawyer, so if it goes to court, you lose. Then the other one said, our grandmother is a judge. I was heartbroken.
So, the case had been decided there.
I was heartbroken. And I realized that life was not all about money. So I just drove off, got to my residence. I mean, wept a bit. And I said, look, at that time I had left Kivaz and I abandoned school. And I was doing business. So I said, I need to go to school. All right.
And that's
where I applied, and I got back to Buckingham, and then I said, I will do law. You know, and also when you're a businessman, you walk around, people don't respect you. They think that you are rich, you are not wise, you are not smart. You know, a lot of businessmen who are not too educated are looked down upon. So it's like, when you scar, you know, say when you scar, and I want to school. So that thing also hit me hard, and I said, no. I will. But for the politics itself, I don't think I had planned my life around politics. It was my classmates who accosted me when I was in final year. And then at that time, I think Yamo Kufuor was our candidate in Winneba MPP, and he had stepped down. And then it was a Friday or so. I was preparing to fly to UK, you know, final year. And then they came and said, you know, all our colleagues are saying you should stand. The polling station chairman called us that. At that time, I was a financial
And this was the parliamentary primary?
Yes.
Okay.
The 2041. So they stopped me from going, and I followed through. And eventually, when all was cooked, the elders of Winneba said, you are too young, you are a small boy, you can't
represent us in parliament.
And we settled the matter in Kufuor's office at the castle. And I think Kufuor had almost judged the thing for me. And one elderly man said, Mr. President, only a school. Because the president was addressing me lawyer. Then he asked, so you are not done with school? I said, yes. How do you come to parliament and go to school? And you are not even studying in Ghana. So no.
Go and finish your school.
I wept bitterly. I was on the floor rolling, crying, and, you know, all manner of things. Then later I was asked by an elderly person, Mr. Yebi Yankson, the former chairman of the party, to participate in assembly elections. That was in the 2006 elections. And that one too, it was like, they were so much against me, the attacks, the insults. So I left. And then my colleagues decided to take the form, get my picture, scan it, and put it on it. And they campaigned for me in absentia. So I was somewhere in Awaso doing my box site. And then they did all the posters, Gabi, Nana Sante, Mike, Alaji, Amafati, Dasibre of blessed memory, all those, the guys I grew up with in the community, they did it. And then I won in absentia, and then I became a presiding member and all. But really in school, my plan was to, do business, get called to the bar, become a judge. I wanted really to be at the bench.
Okay.
As for this politics,
it came along the way.
Part of me at all. Okay. On campus, I was rather pushing others into leadership, but I never contested for any student leadership role. I was rather supporting, you know, the people. I never thought I would get into